Fine, young cannibals. She drives me crazy. Radio Dead Air. KRDA. Before that, Rhett and Link. Rub some bacon on it. You should be following them on YouTube somewhere. Good Mythical Mornings, good place to start. You've seen the Ghost Pepper Challenge they did, right? You need that in your life. You should find it. It's good. Muse. Pressure. What the fuck was that? Pick a movie. Pick one. One pastiche. One. Singular. DJ Cummerbund start us off. Little mashup. Queen, Nelly, Radio Dead Air, KRDA, Monday night. Have live What the Fuck is Wrong with You in about 30 minutes. So, Rotten Tomatoes did something they should have done a long damn time ago. You may have heard there is a new Marvel film coming out soon. It is called Captain Marvel, and it stars a wonderful woman by the name of Brie Larson. And this is the worst thing to happen ever, apparently. It's oof. I don't understand why this has become such an obsession. Especially on YouTube, which making videos about Brie Larson and how she is the worst and going to destroy Marvel is a cottage industry now. And I say that because every single video I watch on YouTube, some Brie Larson is the destroyer and she's going to chop off your penis video is recommended to me immediately. I mean, it's... Do you have a better description of it? So, what happened was a wave of awful idiots, there's no other word to describe them, went to Rotten Tomatoes and left review ratings on Captain Marvel. They review bombed, is how it's put. They review bombed Captain Marvel, which has not come out yet. They were leaving reviews on a movie that did not enter their brain yet. They could not have seen it. They did not know what was going to be in it. But they left audience score reviews, low ones, in an attempt to tank the movie badly. So finally, Rotten Tomatoes said, yeah, we're not doing this anymore. Audiences can't review movies until they come out. The end. And this apparently was the worst thing that ever happened since Brie Larson took their penises. I can only assume that's what they're worried Brie Larson is going to do. Given that the response, that just Brie Larson is the penis is the dick cutter. She's got a little tiny guillotine. And she'll find you and take your dick. They're like, you can't do this! Free speech! The cognitive dissonance here, the absurdity of it. And not in the fun, haha, that's a comedy. No, absurdity in the cosmic ennui sense. Didn't occur to them. It's the idea that how do you review a movie that hasn't come out yet, that you haven't seen? Just no, that's not how reviews work. I mean, that That's not a review. That's your feelings. You are welcome to your feelings, but Rotten Tomatoes is not a feelings site. It's a review site. Which I get that there's a slight delineation between there's barely any daylight between the two. But one of the prerequisites of a review is you have to experience the thing which you are reviewing. Now, if you would like to go to a website that specializes in feelings and express them about this movie, you are welcome to, but that is not what it's for. Now, this is not the critic score, which Rotten Tomatoes has two scores. They have the critic score and the audience score. Personally, honestly, I think they should get rid of the audience score entirely. I think they should get rid of comments on the internet entirely. I hate comments. I have hated them for years. Because there's this fervid belief that your 2 lines of text is equivalent to all the work someone did to create and should have equal weight and merit. If you should, it's the internet, it's big, you should make your own site. But oh wait, then no one will see what you're saying. Well, I mean, if you're trying to piggyback on a site to get people to pay attention to you without being invited, without being affiliated, without being paid, without anything, if you're just like, oh, here's a place I can show up and be important because I'm going to use I'm just going to show up. It's kind of like someone who shows up at a party and shits in the punch bowl and thinks they're a genius. No, you didn't throw the party. You didn't arrange stuff. You didn't invite everyone. You didn't make all the food and play all the music. No, you just shit in the punch bowl. Anybody can shit in the punch bowl. It's really easy. It's one of the fundamental basic things you can do is just take a shit. I just completely hate comments. And people are saying, but the critic score is not reliable. The very fact that anyone can say anything uninformed with bad faith intentions and have no vested interest in the conversation aside from derailing it, fuck that. That provides nothing useful. See, all of these things about comments and all this stuff assumes a good faith interaction with the person leaving a comment. And we can't do that. We've ruined it. We've ruined it for everyone. It doesn't work. It's like, here you go. You can try this thing. And then you shit on it. You don't get the thing anymore. That's that's how that works. You're just ruining. Now, if you don't agree with the critics and you'd like to start your own site to talk about how, and you have something insightful and useful to offer and you want to promote it and put it out there and, get on your social media, go right ahead. You may be able to offer something to the conversation, but just this taking for granted that anyone should be able to just throw fucking tomatoes. I recognize the irony. without any investment or any assumption of without an assumption, with the assumption of good faith, have you been on the internet in the past 10 years? That's done. That's fucking done. You had something, you abused it, we're not putting up with the shit anymore. I hate comments for that reason. And you'll notice quite a few websites have either shut down comments entirely, or they hide them so that you have to dig down to get at them, so they won't affect the fucking thing that people actually showed up for, which was not the comments. I mean, to presume that everyone's there to interact in a meaningful and useful fashion, we can't do that anymore. We broke it. We were given the greatest communication method that has ever existed in all of human history. That has utterly redefined how we do so much, how we live our lives. And we shit on it. Fuck that. We're not doing it anymore. We're not having it. We're not doing it. We're done. I hate comments. I hate that YouTube will penalize me if I shut. So I just put a bunch of filters on my YouTube comments and be like, y'all can say whatever silly shit you want, just as long as it doesn't have slurs and crap in it, and I'll just let it go. I don't want to deal with it. I don't have the strength. I've been online too long. So yeah, I don't even understand why Rotten Tomatoes allowed people to leave reviews before movies premiered in the first place. That sort of seems a common sense thing. How can one review a thing which they have not seen? But, you know. So yeah. And the idea that Captain Marvel is somehow going to destroy Marvel and Disney. People, they made a movie with a talking raccoon. One of the most obscure titles on the whole of the Marvel library. And it blew the doors off. They're making the Eternals, apparently. That's on the slate. Do you know what the Eternals are? I barely do. And I read comics for forever. It is one of the most significantly obscure titles in the Marvel stable. And they're making it. And you know what? It's probably going to blow the doors off. That's what they do. The what now? The Eternals. Yeah, no one knows who the fuck the Eternals are. The Eternals was one of those high concept weirdo ones they did. They do those sometimes. And it is not exactly one of the frontline comics that saw presence on newsstands. They happened and they went away because it was goofy. But they're making it, and it's going to do great. Captain Marvel, if it just hits its projections, it's going to do just fine. From the look of it, I'm probably going to enjoy it. A lot of people are too. I don't understand this alternate reality. But anyway, good on Rotten Tomatoes, and I hope we shut off more comments on the internet so people learn to do things for themselves. Yeah. All right. Live What the Fuck is Wrong with You in about, 20 minutes. Let's play some more requests, shall we? Monkeys. No, the band. With 2 E's. No Y. Radio Dead Air.